tranquil lagoon on one side and a raging ocean on the other. The large coral atoll of Hao in French Polynesia is under threat. Rising sea levels caused by climate change are slowly engulfing this 50-kilometer strip of sand. To slow the rate of erosion, local gardeners are planting a wall of vegetation in the hope that the roots will spread, acting like a net that will keep the sand together to withstand the ocean and its tides.
They'll go all around. The roots will grow everywhere and they'll hold.
Will this tree grow tall?
Yes, it's going to be even bigger than that one. It'll protect us from the sea air, but also from the swells and strong winds.
It will take a decade for this plant barrier to grow. And while locals have placed all their hopes on it, the wall may be too little, too late.
The old road built by the military ran through this area, a concrete road.
And what happened to it?
There's nothing left.
Over the past 40 years, the shoreline has receded some 20 meters, while storms and floods are becoming more frequent. Even at its highest point, the island is just 3 meters above sea level, a terrifying reality for residents. The mayor of Hao takes us to newly built social housing.
Knock, knock, can we come in?
On some parts of the island, it's compulsory for homes to be built on stilts.
I fit under the house. I'm 1.60 meters. It's necessary, especially those of us who live in the atolls, where you can see the ocean on one side and the lagoon on the other. There are no mountains. There's nothing to protect us.
Some villagers are more vulnerable than others. These houses were built without planning permission, at ground level. The mayor knows that for some locals, the cost of raising their homes beyond the water's reach is just too high.
I advise them anyway. They tell me, yes, you're right, but I'm not saying it for my own sake.
This is not the only challenge facing islanders. The atoll has no fresh water or spring, so residents rely on rain, a dwindling resource amid years of recurring droughts. Their only other option is expensive drinking water, brought over by boat. Each month, this local replenishes his stock.
I've got my water supply here, my drinking water here.
For everything else, like cleaning and gardening, he uses his own untreated rainwater, stored in the cisterns he's installed.
Right now, it's almost full. Here I've got 2 big 40,000-litre tanks, and I've got some small ones too.
You've got a lot of them.
I try to collect as much water as possible.
When his supply runs out, he has a well of brackish water to use as a last resort. But it's unfit to drink. Without rain, it's impossible to survive on the atoll.
If the time comes when there's a drought, and there really is no more water, then yes, we'll have to move for the sake of future generations.
The islanders know they risk becoming climate refugees in the coming years, but are determined to protect their idyllic home for as long as they can.